The super team, the African champions. Tada, all of the happy people. Yes, we have done this party interestingly. We carry our victims there. Yebo, Pagani, Yebo, Esimyama. I was at the Master I get you back on the I want a man, surrender it. Figure that some yam.
Good morning to our friends on the Pirates Forum. Another episode 16 of the Pirates Forum. Pirates versus Richards Bay, Pirates away. It's a game that we drew 0-0, meaning that another disappointing results, 1 point. I'm with my friend Mdange. Nelson is not here due to personal reasons. Mdange, shoot away. What did you think? Say everything you want to say. I practically don't have a lot to say about Orlando Pirates at this present moment.
Yeah, hey, Molino Pagania, and also to our viewers, people who are not supporting Orlando Pirates, but they continue supporting us. They continue watching the episodes. We really appreciate it, guys. Mpehle, Sabam, I hope you're good. Nah, I'm not good. I remember after our disappointing loss against Cape Town Spurs, I said I'm done with this team for this year. I will see them next year. But because we love this team, we support them in good times and in bad times. I found myself watching Orlando Pirates once again. It was a horrible first half. First 45 minutes of the game, no single shot at goal, no shot on target against Jackson Mabokwane. Jackson Mabokwane was reliving some of his good moments when he was still in his early 20s. Izolo, you could see the man had nothing to do in the first half. Orlando Pirates started playing after their substitutions, I think in the second half when Kabelo Dlamini and Monapula Saleng came in. That's when we found our first shot on target. And Nalapo, albeit on a set piece by Tapelo Kluk. After that, I never saw any other clear-cut chance. Orlando Pirates players are still doing that thing best that you spoke about. Players of Orlando Pirates refusing or not ready to take responsibility. Abantu bapasana ibhola behle inside the 6-yard area instead of taking a shot. I mean, I've seen the teams when Mpehle having something against this Richards Bay team, but Orlando Pirates failed to get maximum points against 15th place Richards Bay. And in Mpehle, you don't win the league if you don't beat teams in Richards Bay. You will not win the league by beating Kaizer Chiefs and getting a draw maybe against Sundowns or maybe beating Sundowns. You win the league because you need to collect 3 points against those less fancy sides. And Orlando Pirates, even now, when I'm better, they are still failing to do that. Just before the international break, I was saying the international break, maybe it came at the right time or maybe it came at the wrong time. I don't know, and I don't care because we have professional players who knows even the time for this season. Now we find ourselves 15 points behind the Mamelodi Sundowns, and I've been defending that man. I've been defending this team, saying Yazdi, at least man, the Sundowns by the time they play their 25th game of the season or their 22nd game of the season, they must at least play for 3 points still, play to win. But it seems like by the time we reach game number 20, this thing will be long done and dusted long time ago because of amanyala enziwa zii-team ezinjengo-Orlando Pirates failing to beat about Cape Town Spurs, failing to beat about Richards Bay, teams who are there emsileni Mpehle. Yazi Mpehle, if you can't take responsibility against such teams, how were we going to survive in the CAF Champions League? Yes, sometimes I find myself saying, yes, I'm still angry that we're not playing a CAF Champions League on Fridays this season. But at the same time, I'm happy we didn't allow, or these players saved us from embarrassment. Because they were going to embarrass us even further better if these guys went to the CAF Champions League. Better. League now, better is gone. And now I concede after game number 11. It's gone. There is no recovery. Sundowns can even lose 4 games in a row, better, deliberately, or even 5. But Pirates will not catch up. They will never win 4 games in a row, these guys, because they are so inconsistent. I saw a tweet by Utera Utijad saying, I've never seen a team that doesn't take league football seriously like Orlando Pirates. And the really point that Orlando Pirates is a different beast when they're playing in cup competition, but when it comes to playing in league football, these guys, it's like they decide, okay, let's play guys in this game, let's give it our all and take 3 points, and then come next game, then they decide, nah, let's just leave it, let's just play for a draw. I mean, how do you play a draw best against Richards Bay? How do you lose to Cape Town Spurs if you want to win the league title? And I was talking to some guys on Facebook saying, let's give Jose Reveiro a chance. We also gave Wooded Crawl. Sorry, Beth, my dog is just barking outside.
Now continue talking because we can hear you. That's fine.
Yeah. In Beth, I said, look, Wooded Crawl in this first season, he lost out on a league title on goal difference. Second season, we wanted Kroll gone because we almost missed out on the top 8. I remember we played the game. I just can't remember who we beat in the last game because we sneaked into the top 8 in the last game. We were playing at Johannesburg Stadium. We won that game, I think 4-1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just 2009. Yes, I still remember that game, but I can't remember who we were playing against. But I remember we were playing at Johannesburg Stadium. That's when we wanted Kroll out. And guy was arguing, saying, look, we also wanted Kroll out and you want us to treble. But this is not the same scenario, Bethlehem, which was his first season. He was 20 plus points behind the Sundowns in his first season. And now already Bethlehem is 15 points behind Sundowns with just 11 games. Sundowns have only played 8 games. So imagine if Sundowns win their next 3 games to balance the games that were with Orlando Pirates on 11 games. Then that means we are back to 21 points after already. 11 games. I know, guys. Yes, better. No. Guys, I've supported Jose Reveiro. I like him as a coach, but I don't see us doing anything more than what he has shown us go league best. I don't think there's anything that will ever change because if we were 25 points after 30 games last season, but now we find ourselves 15 points after 11 games, then that means the better next season is gonna be even worse. We need to take a new direction better next season. We need to take a new direction, but it's not up to me. It's entirely up to the bosses of the club. If they want to keep him, they can keep him. It's fine. But league title better under this coach, as far as the better win. As far as if it happens, Guti wins the league, I better no. I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening. Orlando Pirates are still struggling better to beat teams as this low block even now. I mean, this was our problem last season. It's still our problem even now, better that we are struggling to win against the teams as low block. So imagine better if we went to the CAF Champions League and then each team is the upper, they play a 1-1 draw, and then we go to North Africa maybe or West Africa to try and salvage a goal. We will never gonna get a goal because those teams can pack the pass. So for me, better league is gone now. I concede. I am killing best. We will try again maybe next season with a different coach, but if still Jose Rivero, it's not gonna happen.
No, sesifela nje ba siwine i-cup games ezina 4
Yeah.
games now.
Yes.
No serious football coach is looking to win the league when he handpicks a Fortune Makaringe like he's picking Peach from the 3 after so many games not being in the spotlight and comes and plays him when he has continued to offer us 0 in almost all of the games that he's ever played for Orlando Pirates. So there's no seriousness, and in part the first half is due to those particular selections where immediately you're setting us to be on the back foot because you are selecting players who have not given this football club anything.
Nothing.
And you're making them come back after a long layoff. To be precise, Makaringe replaced Lodge, and the quality between the two is there to see. Understand? So, besides that, who else started our last game in the front 3? Was it Erasmus? Ne?
Erasmus started last.
Oh, but
last
Erasmus was replaced by Mufukeng, so the only change was Lodge. Yeah.
Was Lodge.
So for me, it spells of the inconsistencies of the coach. I, for one, have supported him as well, but it's not working out, man. 4 wins in 11 games in the league for a club of our stature is never gonna work out. As much as I told you guys that I'm going to enjoy the cup wins, I wanted an improvement on the league, and the improvement on the league is not going to happen this season. And as a result, if he stays, I hope he does well. But for me, I think we should look for a new coach. This one is not working out. It's not working out for me. And it could be a player problem, it could be whatever, but whenever things don't work out at a football club, it's the coach. And to an extent, it is him. We cannot be struggling to beat teams like Richards Bay, Cape Town Space. That's how many points? That's 5 points dropped against larger inferior sides. So and we did not create clear-cut chances in that first half. We, like you said, we didn't.
That was horrible.
Kemit Erasmus on a nice interchange gets a pass, can take a shot just outside the D-line, also makes a pass. Hoto gets a ball.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Bessie. People refusing to take responsibility. Kemit Erasmus is a senior player. He's been at this club twice, Bessie. This is his second spell at Orlando Pirates, but we are chasing with 3 points, guys, against Richards Bay. I mean, guys, you've played a shit game, shit performance. Why don't you just steal 3 points then in the end? Then we can just talk about your performance tomorrow and say, okay, we got 3 points, but now, how was our performance? Now imagine we are discussing a poor performance, and then now we are also discussing a draw, a loss, because it feels like a loss. It's a loss, actually.
Yeah, Hoto gets in behind the defense. I don't know what he does after controlling that ball. And then Maswangani has the full post to aim for, chooses the goalkeeper or the defender instead. So it's I really don't know the disappointment that Orlando Pirates continues to make us live within. whoever said that this club is not a serious league football club was exactly on the money. Orlando Pirates is not serious about winning league matches.
Nah, they're not.
Otherwise, we would be imposing ourselves from minute one against minnows like your Richards Bay and Cape Town Spurs. So for me, the league has been gone for a while now, as you would know. I don't have expectations, Mdange. I don't want to even say that I want us to reach 60 points because we're not going to reach 60 points with this coach.
It's never going to happen, Bex.
For me, the season, unfortunately for Pirates, has ended.
Finished.
It is what it is. Now we'll just be analyzing game by game in terms of the performance and whatever, but talks of the league, talks of everything, I think I've paneled down. For me, it's been a while. So yeah, I think the coach must just allow us to plan for preseason. Because now it's gone.
Yes, the best. Sometimes I take inspiration from how Mortada Bonsu runs Zamalek. Even though they haven't achieved anything in the last 2 years, because the last time they won the league, it was when Peter was there. I think they won it twice. That guy is not afraid of chasing you just after 5 games. If he finds Guti, you are even 6 points behind Al-Ali. He doesn't want that because he realizes the competition between Al-Ali and Zamalek. But here, when I'm better, we have a chairman or whoever is there leading this team. He is not ambitious enough, better, to make such decisions that will prove and show even to supporters, look, this is what we want. Even to the next coming coach in better. Yazdi, sometimes better, look at Super Biggest, for example. I know you can be a clown sometimes, but when you are firing a coach, it doesn't just end there, better that, okay, I'm firing Uma Wande Pals now, but that should also serve as a warning to the next incoming coach. Look, if you're not going to produce results, this is what's going to happen to you. But now, if when I'm better as the chairman of the club, like Orlando Pirates, you find yourself 25 points behind log leaders, and then you are comfortable because we won the Nedbank Cup and the M28. Second season, better, we have won the M28, it's fine. This is the same cup we won last season. Now you find yourselves 15 points behind the same person who lost the league title to last season with just 11 games played so far, better. And then you are willing to give that person a chance again. So, London, when I'm better, it comes back to what you said earlier about Orlando Pirates not being serious about winning a league title. We are not serious, but it seems like City Sword as defense who are serious and who are hungry to win a league title. Otherwise, maybe they are just happy to go and collect those crumbs, those 8 million checks, those 7 million checks of Nedbank and M108. But the big fish, which is the capture, which is the DSTV Premiership, I don't think it's on their menu, better. I don't think it's on their menu. I think maybe City are by order, but the club doesn't have that on their menu. I don't think so. Otherwise,
I'm done. Last words. I don't have anything to say, about Pirates, especially the performance of yesterday. The performance against Cape Town Spurs from an attacking sense was much better. We created against Cape Town Spurs, but when we don't create, I get frustrated, especially twice against the Richards Bay. I actually don't have anything to say about Orlando Pirates for this particular game. So before we close, do you have any parting words? We've got another league game coming up.
Better. Now I don't know who to South Island. Maybe we're gonna play for a top 8 because I don't think we're gonna make even top 3 this season. If you are struggling against your Richards Bay, your Cape Town Spurs. How are you going to play against SuperSport? How are you going to play against Cape Town City? Because the last time we beat Cape Town City was early this season, and by then they were still catching hands from almost everyone. So imagine if we were to play Cape Town City now.
They've won five. They've won 5 in a row.
5 in a row. Imagine if we were to face them now, better here in Cape Town. Imagine if we were to face SuperSport United. Yeah, we struggling also against Polokwane City. Those are the teams better that you should be beating. Look, better. I understand our quality better. We have. It's quite to say too. It's not the quality that we will want. There are certain players at Orlando Pirates that, if you were to be given a chance, you will say, give this one his transfer, give this one his transfer, give this one his transfer. But are you telling me, Guti, the squad that we have better is not capable enough to win the league title? That squad is capable enough. We have enough quality better to at least challenge for a league, but it's not happening. And it's not happening. So when I'm better, a lot of things when I'm better, this club needs to change. We can't settle for mediocrity. M108, it's a good cup. Motivate yourself and say, okay, if we can beat this Cuckoo in a 5-0, if we can manage to get a draw, salvage a draw against Sundowns, then that means we are good enough. We can go to Cape Town and beat Stellenbosch. We can go to Cape Town and beat Cape Town Spurs. But if after winning M108 in Mpehle, you're going to rest on your laurels and say, okay, we are done for this season. At least we won something. You can't say you at least won something when you won the M108. It's a cup, yes. Everyone participates in it and everyone wants to win it. But as a club like Orlando Pirates, we should be aiming for more. We should be aiming higher. A league title is where we should. Now, we're supposed to win the Sundowns now. They are playing today their CAF Champions League game. Sundowns should be stressed. While we were busy playing that Mutsepe M108 in Africa, Orlando Pirates was busy here accumulating points. We need to catch up to Orlando Pirates. But Sundowns, they can go to their game against SuperSport Mpehle and play their other 21 because no one is challenging them. So, Mpehle, Orlando Pirates has been miserable this season. They really disappointed me. Also, the coach, I'm so disappointed in him because there's nothing that we have improved this season. We are still struggling against the low block. Teams that sit at Mpehle and wait for us, they stand a better chance of winning the game than Tina. Mpehle, that's it for me, my man. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, to our viewers, especially those who support the football club that we support, it's not a good moment, but in good and bad times, this is our club, and as a result, we're not going to leave it. Jose Reveiro and his assistants will go back to Spain and leave our football club if they don't start to shape up, and Tina will be remaining here. We buy merchandise. It is within our right to not accept mediocrity. And what this football club is doing now is serving us a lot of bullshit, a lot of mediocrity from the coaching staff to the players not taking responsibility and grabbing games by the scruff of the neck. Cowards, and it's been going on for a long time. No one is raising their hand. We have passive leadership among the football club as a whole. No one is proactive. No one is telling people where to get off. And it's something that I saw from a lodge, for instance. It's unfortunate that he's gone through what he has gone through. It's a lesson for him, but we're not going to dive into that because this is not a show about that. So, in saying that, we say once and always, even in bad times, I promise you to the new Buccaneers, it's better than the times that we're coming from because it has these little sprinkles of MTN8s. But we did not start supporting Paris for the sprinkles of MTN8s. We supported Paris because we want to compete for the league title. And it's not happening, and it's not good. So as a result, we just stay with it as it is now. So Mdange, Andivala again, once and always, up the bucks. We'll see you on the next episode.
Up the bucks. Show forward.